The Status Audio Between Pro are bringing some serious sound quality to the earbud market, packing one of the latest chipsets, Bluetooth 5.2, along with triple drivers to really deliver that sound quality to your ears. Now, in this video, I'm going to be giving you my complete review along with some comparisons to help you make the correct purchasing decision. If you're interested in checking out any of these earbuds that I'm going to mention in this video, check out the links I'm going to leave for you in the description box right down below. Now, before we go any further, and for full disclosure, because I like having transparency and honesty with my viewers, Status Audio did reach out to me. They sent over these earbuds for my honest opinion and review. Now, if you have any questions or concerns about the way that I review or receive any of these products, make sure you check out the full disclosure that's also going to be in the description box right down below. So first up, let's talk about the connection quality. So these are running Bluetooth 5.2, and as far as your connection codecs, they are using SBC, AAC, and aptX. As far as Bluetooth range, I managed to pull about 39 feet with these guys, or just under 12 meters. Now, when it comes to video lag or latency when watching videos, I experience little to none. So that's where you can watch all your videos and there's going to be no discrepancy between when people are talking and what you're hearing in your ears. No issues with that whatsoever. Whether I'm watching YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, it doesn't matter. Little to no latency. Now, when it comes to gaming, there is a little bit of latency when you're playing first-person shooter games like Call of Duty, things like that. It is very minimal, but it is there. Unfortunately, there is no gaming or low latency mode here. But with Android devices, you do get to use the aptX codec, and that inherently does have a bit of reduced latency, so no problems there. You could probably get away with these earbuds for gaming, but there are some better options out there for you if you are competitive when it comes to FPS gaming. And then last but not least, these do also feature dual connect. And by dual connect, I mean you can use these earbuds individually while the other one is charging. So if you want to use the right one for a while the other one is charging, and then you want to switch them out maybe on your lunch break, swap them out, you can totally do that. So they can be used independently of each other. So now let's move over to the design and the build quality. So as far as build quality goes, these do feel nice and solid. They do not feel cheap by any means. As far as design goes, they are different. Now, technically, I believe they are a STEM style design, but they don't look much like AirPods or anything else on the market. That unique look is striking to my personal taste. I like the way it looks, but it is something that is going to be noticeable. They're not exactly subtle, so if you're trying to hide them or make sure that you have some tiny earbuds that nobody can see, these may not be the right ones for you. As far as the build quality of the case, now this case is very similar to what we got with, say, the Sabit E12 Ultra. It's that kind of a style, has the USB-C port on the bottom, but overall the case is really nothing to write home about. To be completely honest, I'm a little bit disappointed in the case itself. The materials just make it feel a little cheap for a set of earbuds that come in this price range. That's just something that I wanted to kind of put out there. It still gets the job done. It is a bit on the bulky side, but it does hold a lot of battery. But just the materials, the feel of it, it's just, I think they really could have done a little bit better with this. So that's just kind of a little bit of constructive criticism. If they want to see what options are out there, something like Liberty 2 Pro, that's something that comes in, has a very nice case, and it's right around this price range. So maybe that's something Status Audio can kind of look at to maybe gain some inspiration from the next time around. As far as controls, these do use button control, and thankfully they do control all the features. So track control, play, pause, volume control, the whole thing is right there at your fingertips. And I do like the placement of it because it's right on top. So it gives you that perfect grip where you hold it by the bottom and then you make your click. So there's no pushing buttons into your ear, nothing like that. So overall, it's actually pretty good and it's actually pretty intuitive. So now let's move over to the battery life. So they were claiming a 12-hour playback with an additional 36 hours in the case. In my own actual testing at 75% volume, I managed to pull 8 hours and 46 minutes out of these earbuds. So that is overall pretty good. It's better than a lot of others on the market, but we are a bit a ways away from that 12-hour mark. My guess is because most of that testing is usually done around 50% volume. I like to test them a little bit louder at a volume that I'm normally going to listen to them at myself. So that's why we have a little bit of that reduced battery life. As far as charging is concerned, these do feature USB-C. Unfortunately, there is no True Wireless charging on these earbuds. Now, before we move into the next section, I wanted to ask you a quick question. So what type of earbuds do you personally prefer? Do you like having the stem style earbuds where kind of like AirPods or your Liberty 2 Pros, things like that? Or do you prefer the dot style ones that just kind of sit in your ear and they're just kind of in there, similar to the Galaxy Buds or the MPOW M30s? What is your personal preference? Let me know down in the comment section. And while you're down there, make sure you smash that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Join the fam, be a part of the family, and this way you never miss any of my live streams or any of the latest videos as soon as they drop. So now let's move over to the volume of these earbuds. Now, when it comes to volume, I'm going to give them a 9 out of 10 on my volume scale. These get very loud. So for me, comfortable listening comes in right around 60 to 70%, maybe 75%, but very good as far as the volume is concerned. So if you're somebody who's worried about earbuds not having enough volume, or maybe you've had some hearing loss and you need a little bit of additional volume, they definitely got you covered. So listening to these, anything past like 85, 90% is just too much for me personally. I want to protect my hearing. You should be doing that as well, but they will have you covered if you do need a little bit of extra volume kick. Now, let's talk about the sound quality. So overall sound quality here, these are bringing triple drivers. So when I talk about triple drivers, we are talking about a hybrid design. So we've got a single dynamic driver that's going to bring you the bass and the low end. And then they've got two balanced armatures, and that's going to slice up the mid-range and the treble. So it gives you that separation that a lot of people who are sound quality enthusiasts are looking for. So let's start on the low end with that dynamic driver. So the bass on these guys, man, these things pack a punch. So some people, when they think of audiophile quality sound, they're talking about very flat, very reference type of audio. This is not that. So this is going to bring you bass, but it's also going to bring you everything else along with it. So that's why I really do enjoy these earbuds. So nice punch, but it's not muddy or overly powered. It gives you a lot of sub bass extension, so you get that rumble that you might be looking for, but without it being all bloated and sounding terrible. So excellent when it comes to the bass. Mid-range for vocal clarity. Everything sounds so nice. When I'm listening to people like Haley Reinhart, Selena, or even like Lady Gaga, stuff like that, the vocalists really come through. Male vocals, Frank Sinatra, Chris Stapleton, I mean, Mark Broussard, voices like that with that real rich huskiness and grittiness to their voices, it really shines. And when it comes to the treble, you're getting this instrument, you're getting this separation to the sound. You can really pick out the individual sounds, but nothing is crashing into each other. So this is probably one of the closest sets that we have to sounding like a set of in-ear monitors versus a set of true wireless earbuds, where the sound is all up in your face with most true wireless. This gives you some space to the sound. There is some staging there that really caught me off guard. And this is something where I had to like send a message to Status Audio and be like, yo, you guys got some fire here, because these are some seriously good true wireless earbuds. So as far as sound quality is concerned, these are easily one of my top choices, one of my personal favorites now. They come in and really wowed me. Like they really knocked my socks off when it came to that sound quality. So now let's compare them against some of the obvious choices. So these against the Soundcore Liberty 2 Pro. That's another dual driver true wireless earbud. I would take the Status over the Liberty 2 Pro for overall vocal clarity. Where the Liberty 2 Pro lacked in mid-range, these really bring that vocal clarity. Now, you can pull mid-range out of the Liberty 2 Pro by doing some heavy EQing to them. With these right out of the box, already better. So I would definitely pick these over those. Now, for pure sound quality alone, I still take these over the Sennheiser Momentum 2s. I'll take these over the Sony XM3s. I will take these over the One More True Wireless ANC, as well as the Apple AirPods Pro and the Galaxy Buds Pro, just for sheer sound quality alone. Now, mind you, just to be clear, these don't pack all of the different features that you're going to get from the quote-unquote flagship True Wireless earbuds. So no noise canceling, no touch control, no ambient mode, no app for support, no multi-point connectivity. But what they do bring you is a level of sound quality and high fidelity that you're not getting from a lot of those other brands. The closest that you're going to get to these in sound quality is going to be from the Liberty 2 Pro or from the One More True Wireless ANC, but the One Mores don't have the volume level to compete with these. So overall, for sound quality, the Between Pros are probably one of the best that I have heard to date. I mean, just excellent tuning, excellent sound overall. And if you're somebody who just wants to enjoy their music and watch their videos with ridiculously good sound quality, then this is going to be the way that you want to roll. Now, before we go any further, let's get you into some call quality samples, and this way you can hear them for yourself and decide whether or not this call quality is going to work for you. All right, so here we have the call quality for the Status Audio Between Pro. So testing, 1, 2, 3. Obviously I'm indoors and it is a semi-quiet environment. Well, maybe not too quiet. I have a lot of fan noise coming from that PC. But let's go ahead and add a little bit of crowd noise. Let's see how that goes. All right, so here we have the Status Audio Between Pro with some simulated crowd noise, similar to what you would experience in a crowded bus stop, train station, or maybe a noisy cafe. So testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, so now here we are outdoors. It is a semi-breezy day out here today. Thankfully it's not raining, but here we have the Status Audio Between Pro. Call quality, outdoors. Testing, 1, 2, 3. As always, you're gonna have to be the judge of the call quality down in the comment section. Make sure you check out the videos that I'm gonna leave right here on the screen. Peace.